Hi, welcome back to Another Year Bolder. My name is Jamie. I'm on a 100+ pound weight loss journey. I'm also looking to be better health, be in better shape, be in better condition all around. I want to have better mobility. I want to be able to walk longer distances without being in pain, things like that. So I do have an update for week 18, and I also did have my thumb doctor's appointment today, so I'm going to go over all of that with you. If you've been following along, you know that I did finally get a new scale because my other scale was starting to work only when it wanted to. So there was a difference in the new scale versus the old scale, but it was only because I weighed myself on different days at different times. I did this week go ahead and weigh myself on the same day, one right after the other, and they are actually in sync. So the difference was just because it was on a different day that I had weighed myself originally. Now, before I was always rounding down. So if it said like 290.80, I said it was 290. If it was 291.20, I still said it was 290. But what I've decided to do with the new scale is I'm not going to round it down. I'm going to go with whatever the points are. So I'm going to start with where I started on August 2nd and where I am now, which is, I don't know, December something. Let me see what the date is. Okay, so today is December 9th. Sorry. It's been a very, very busy week. I work a call center from home and our calls have just been blowing up. We've been very, very busy because of the holidays. So I've just kind of lost track of time and everything. But it is December 9th and I originally started on August 2nd. So I'm going to go over where I started and then where I am now. So on August 2nd, I am going to read it through my book because I don't have it memorized. You'd think I would by now, but I don't. August 2nd, my glucose was 141. My weight was 314 pounds. My BMI was 62 and my waist was 55 inches. Now at that time, I didn't have a scale or any way that I tracked my body fat, but my new scale does show the body fat percentage. So I'll tell you what that is starting with the new scale from now going forward. All right, so as of, I weighed myself on December 6th, so just a couple of days ago. My glucose is 125. It does fluctuate, but it is down 16 points now, and it'll go anywhere from like, I don't know, 101 to 126 or something. It usually stays somewhere in that range, depending on what I ate the day before, or if I took any medicines. My weight is actually 289.20, and last week it was 290.80. So technically I've lost a little over a pound, but what you're going to see in, like if you look at my thumbnail when I first put it out, it's going to say 24.80 because that is technically what I've lost. And I want to go forward with the new scale and what it gives me. So I'm almost at the 25-pound mark. I'm really excited about that. Once I hit 25 pounds, I've decided I'm going to do like a little celebration thumbnail, something cute. But I think I'm going to celebrate every 25-pound loss. So 25, 50, 75, so forth and so on. Anyway, glucose is at 125, so it's down 16. My weight is at 289.20, so it's a little over 24 pounds. My BMI is now 57, so it's down 5. My waist is 52 inches, so it's down 3 inches. And then my body fat percentage is 70%. So at the end of this, you're going to see my new scale measurements versus what I weighed myself last week with the scale. So you'll see those little bit of differences at the end. And of course, I'm still going to continue putting in what I ate. That's just got a little bit of a remake, so it's going to look a little bit different. How I am eating, I'll go ahead and go over that right now. I do follow the ICOR program with Diet Free Life, and what that is it's where you're plating your plates where they're fat burning versus fat storing and eating portion control. That's all that it is. I'm not giving up anything that I love. I'm not giving up anything that I enjoy. I'm just eating it in certain ways. So for breakfast and lunch, I have a portion, remember all portion size, a protein, a slow carb, and a fast carb. So that's breakfast and lunch. And then for dinner, I have a protein and 2 slow carbs. And then for my snack can be anything I want. It could be a fast carb, a slow carb, whatever, as long as it's between 100 and 200 calories. And then my drinks, I need to try to keep them as low calorie as possible, but I can tell you I do drink mini Dr. Peppers, which are 90 calories. But I always, when I drink the mini Dr. Peppers, I have at least 16 to 20 ounces of water that I drink alongside of that, usually. Now, there have been times where I haven't done that properly, but And sometimes I will add the True Lemon packs to my water, which is like 10 calories. My favorites are the raspberry and the original lemonade, or I think it's raspberry lemonade and original lemonade. So those are my favorite ones, but my husband drinks the watermelon, the strawberry, the black cherry, and I think he drinks the iced tea. He also likes the ones I like, but because those are the only two that I really like the most, I kind of keep those for myself, and he doesn't really drink those very much. So I don't actually know if I said this. In total, I'm at a 24.80 pound weight loss, which is almost 25. I think I said that, but I wanted to make sure that I did re-say that to be sure. And I can't wait for the 25 pounds. And I know this is taking me a little while to do this, but please keep in mind, I'm over 40. I have some issues physically with my knees and my back and my hands and my ankles and all kinds of other things. And then I'm premenopausal and I have endometriosis, so everything kind of plays a factor in that. I have not been working out, so all the weight I have lost has just strictly been by how I'm eating. At some point, I do plan to work out. My husband is almost to the point, he fractured his knee, if you're new, to where he can, he's still on crutches, but he can do a lot more on his own. So once he can give up the crutches and he can kind of walk on his own again, I'm going to start working out at that point. But right now, he does need me quite a bit, and then I have to take care of our dogs. We have 2 bigger sized dogs, so I have to walk them because we live in an apartment, and I got to take them to the dog park, things like that. So it does take up quite a bit of my time, and with the holidays, I'm picking up extra hours at work, so that also takes up some of my time as well. For my hand appointment, I want to give you the update. I was hoping that the doctor would go ahead and do the procedure, because the procedure literally takes 5 to 10 minutes max. And one of the times when I went in there to see him to get the shot, he was like, well, I can do the procedure instead. It only takes a few minutes. I was hoping he was going to say that today, but unfortunately he did not. He does want to do the procedure one hand at a time because both thumbs need it. But my right hand is the one that's the worst because I can't bend it. And when it does bend, it's very, very painful. And anything that touches this back portion of it hurts. Now on this one, it hurts right here, but it's tolerable. This one is not tolerable. So he's going to do the procedure on this one the first week of January. He said, you know, it might take me 24 to 48 hours to fully recover, but I should be able to move it same day, be able to function properly, do everything the same day. So I go in, have the procedure, it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes, then I can drive myself home. So cannot wait for that to happen because I have been wearing the splint, I think for like 2 months, maybe 3 months. And this thumb has been hurting me for a while because once you get the shot, you have to wait 3 months before you can either have another shot or do a procedure. And they'll only do 2 shots max. If it doesn't work after 2 shots, they say that there's no point in doing another one. They just go straight to the procedure. And both of these have had 2 shots. I do also have my tailbone appointment coming up. I told you, I got a lot of things going on. I did fracture my tailbone on Labor Day. It was raining outside. I slipped and fell multiple times. I fell twice, both times landing on my rear end, and it really, really hurt my tailbone. So that was fractured in the process, but I have an appointment to check on that to make sure it's moving in the right direction. I've been doing physical therapy for that. So hoping and praying that that is all good and that I know it'll be back to normal soon. I can tell it has shifted because the pain is in a different area. So I'm hoping it's just shifting in the right location or the right direction, whatever you want to say. With that said, I think that wraps everything up for today. I am super excited to be at the 24.80 pound loss. It is technically over a pound, but you're not going to see anything show that because I have been rounding down. So technically, last week, I think I said I lost 24 pounds, but now I'm at 24.80. So you're going to start seeing the points. I'm going to do the 24.80, the 25.2, whatever it is, I'm going to start adding the points just so you see that. And then again, remember at the end of the video, I always show what I ate all week long. And it did get a makeover, so it's going to look a little bit different, but I'm still eating the exact same way I was eating before. Just with me working so much more, I don't have as much time to input all the information that I was inputting before, but you'll still get to see what I ate. I know me personally, when I see others on their weight loss journeys, I love watching them and seeing how they're doing and rooting for them and cheering for them. But a lot of times I don't get to see what they ate, and I'd like to see that. So I wanted to make sure I show that to you. And if you didn't see the video I posted on Saturday, I think it was Saturday. Yeah. I made a crock pot Cajun boil. And so it was basically shrimp and sausage with corn on the cob, mushrooms, and onions. And I made it in my crock pot, and it was a Cajun boil that I normally make on my stove, but I decided to make it in the crock pot. And usually when I make it in the crock pot, I use two crock pots, but this time I used one. So I did my measurements a little bit off. So it came out very, very spicy, but it was phenomenal. So if you like Cajun boil or Cajun food, anything like that, check it out. It was really good. We enjoyed it. Next time I make it, I am going to lower the amount of spice that I put in there, which is the Cajun seasoning, because it was just way too much for us. I am a Cajun. I'm originally from Louisiana, but through the years, I cannot handle a lot of heat anymore. My husband can still handle a lot of heat, and even he said this was too much for him. So it was definitely loaded. All right, well, I will see you next video, and I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you continue. Bye.
As you look at the meals that I ate this week, you're going to see I have no pictures for about 5 of the meals. I did not skip 5 meals. I know I skipped 1. The rest of them, for some reason, I either didn't take a picture of the meal or the picture didn't come out. Not exactly sure what happened there. Unfortunately, that week I did not log anything either on what I ate, so I couldn't just put in there, like, write what I ate that day. But I know I only skipped 1 meal, 2 meals max. I did not skip all the meals. I just, for whatever reason, don't have a picture for them. But anyway, I hope you like the new setup, the way I've got it showing now. I know it doesn't show everything, like a breakdown of everything, but this works out easier and better for me, and I hope you like it. And if you like my channel, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that notification bell. That way you can be notified anytime I post new content, which is generally on Thursdays and Saturdays. And thank you again.